So today we are discussing about how to restrict the data by using the different type of filters. Okay, that I am going to discuss. Please keep everybody in a mute. There are some background noises coming. So different type of filters. One is a query level filter. The query level filter, the data restricted at the database level. At the time of designing the query, there we are going to create the query level filter. Predefined filters. Predefined filters we create at the time of inverse designing. This you can call it as a static filter. And the data restricted at the database level. Why we can call it a static filter? Because as a Webby developer, we can't modify these predefined filters. Only the universe developer can modify these predefined filters. At the time of inverse designing, so these filters are implemented. Okay. And also, we have a report level filters. One is a block level filter and a global level filter. And also we have other filters which called input controls, drill filters, and the prompts. Okay. So let's talk about the query level filter first. I'm trying to connect to the server to develop a query level filters. Try to open the BA Launchpad to implement a Webby report. Go to the BA Launchpad, enter the BO credentials. So from here, we are going to create a new Web Intelligence document. Go to the application, select the Web Intelligence. Yeah, please go ahead. Maybe you can unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, please, Jerry, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is regarding the last session. So last session we created one report based on the universe, right?
Correct.
So once we create that report, if we open that, how do we know whether it's created from universe or from digs or from its source?
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you. See, so universe, the report which is created on top of the Bex query, the universe which, the report which created on the Bex queries, how we can identify that, right? Is that your
Right, but
question?
yeah, when we
Yeah.
open a report, and also, so I just created one report, and I was trying to open that from the applications webby, but I couldn't find it. But I could only find it from the documents. Is that how it is, right?
Okay, the first question is the report is created on the top of the universe or the Bex queries, right?
Yeah.
So how we
Yes.
can identify? What is your second question?
The second question is, so I created that by taking the tool from applications webby, right? That's the place
Correct.
where we create. Yeah. Um, so once we create the report using that tool, we can only see that from the documents folder, right?
We can save it into the folder, right? Correct.
So next time when we have to open that, we have to see that we can only see that from the documents folder,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
okay, okay. Actually, I was trying to open the webby tool again and trying to find out because there's an open button
Okay.
there.
I'll tell you. See, so I'm
Okay,
just choosing the e-fashion universe, click on select. Now here you can see the universe.
Mm-hmm.
If you see this icon, that report is created on top of the universe. Okay. Now
Okay.
I'm trying to have a here object, state, and also product lines, having the measure sales revenue. So Jerry, please keep on mute. Okay. So once you add the object in the query panel and run a query, so what happened? This query will execute in the database and fetch the records and display in our Webby report. Okay. You can see the report if you click on reading mode. So user cannot modify the report. Normally user open a report in reading mode only. User do not have the modification access. Okay. Now design mode. When you click on design mode, user can modify the report. If user have the modification access, so then the design option will enable. Normally the end user do not have any option to modify this report. Okay. So only the developer can modify this report. Now see the data. When you click on data, you will see now name is a query, data source is a fashion is a universe, okay, and the number of rows which is fetched here. Fine. So that information you can fetch it here. But the report is created on top of the universes or the Bex query, that you will see the universe outline. The source is which is a universe outline, and symbol. If this symbol is there, that means that report is created on top of the universe. Okay. Now, and also we are going to develop a report on top of the Bex queries also, that we'll discuss later. So at the time of developing a reports on top of the BW system, BW integration with BO, so at that time I will discuss how to create a universe on top of the BW system, and also how Webby can directly access the Bex queries. Both we'll discuss later. Okay. Now, see, whatever you add the object in the query panel and the query executed in the database, all the data fetch into our report. See, we have a total 5 pages of document is there. Now, I want to see only the 2015 data in my report of a particular state. 2015 of a particular state. Then here you can see the query filter. Here equal to 2015, and I am looking for a specific state. State is equal to, instead of typing a value, you can select a values from list, LOVs. These are the LOVs. Say I just want to see the Florida data, 2015 and Florida. When you apply the query level filter, you'll see in the where class, here equal to or in 2015 and state Florida. So that means it will fetch 2015 and Florida data. When you run a query, which always bring the only the 2015 and Florida data. So where the data restricted? So the data restricted at the database level only. If it is fetching data from Oracle or SQL Server, so there only the data restricted and fetching only the 2015 and Florida data. Okay. This is how you can apply the query level filter. And if you want to see the specific product data, now you can apply. I want to see the only the 4 products, and I want to see the 2 states of the data, Florida and Texas. Also, I want to see the 2016 data as well. 2015 and 16, 2 years of data, 2 states of a multiple products. Okay. When you add the multiple queries, you will see here equal to this state in list and family nothing but a product in list of this. Now run a query which will fetch only whatever you apply the filter. 2015 and 16 of Florida and Texas data. Okay, this is how we can restrict the data. Okay, that's about the query level filter. Okay, at the time of designing the query, so where we are going to apply the filter and the data restricted at the database level. Now, talking about the predefined filter, removing all the filters. Now see the current year, or let's say previous year. What it means previous year? Now 2017, we are in 2017, right? So if I run a report, always bring the 2016 data. So these are the filters which is created at a universe level. These are the filters which created at a universe level. When you look at here, how the previous year is defined, calendar year lookup table is a dimension table equal to year of date. So year of current date minus 1. Year of date is a 2016 minus 2017 minus 1 2016, which will bring the always 2016 data. Now see, I can able to see the 2016 data. If you save this report, now I am trying to save this report under the public folder. So let's create a new folder. Previous year sales. Okay. See, if user open a report, if user open a report in 2018, if user open a report in 2018, automatically which will bring the 2017 data. So based on the calendar date, which will bring here, which will try to fetch the data from the database. Okay, so that is how. So the previous data which will always fetch into our report. Clear? The users also access the report from like this. Once you save the report into the public folder, user directly open that, going to that public folder and open a report. Okay, Jerry, you understand it? How to open in the existing report which you created? Fine. Now, also edit a query, and we have other predefined filters. You can see, I want to see the previous year and only the DC data. I want to see the previous year and DC data. And you will see the current year of -1 and DC. So which will bring the 2016 of DC data. Instead of displaying all the states, so which is displaying the 2016 and DC data. Okay. So this is a way we can use the predefined filters. And also we'll discuss at the time of inverse designing how to create this predefined filter. Okay. Now, moving to the other type of filters. Let's talk about the drill filters and input controls. Predefined filter is nothing but the filters which is defined at inverse level, like previous year, a previous year plus DC data I want to display. Those filters which is defined at inverse level at the time of inverse designing, which is created. Developer, it is defined by the BO designers, universe designer. It is defined by the BO universe designers. Okay. Now talking about the drill filters. So I'm not applied any filter in the query level filter or predefined filter, but user want to choose their own values based on his selected value. The data should display in my block based on the data which is selected in my table and in my selection, that should display in my table. And also I'm trying to bring and adding the year object. Also try to display the sales revenue and quantities sold. This is another block which I'm showing year wise quantity sold. I have two blocks now. Okay, I have two blocks. One is the detail block and this is the aggregated data which is showing. Now go to the analysis tab and add a filter bar, and I'm trying to apply the filter bar, drill filter. I'm trying to create a drill filter here. State product lines. If you create a drill filters, what happens? Say if you select 2005, whatever the value selected from the drill filter, that filter is applicable to this block as well as this block. And if you select the DC, now values are changing now. If you select the dresses, you'll see the dresses. So if user want to analyze the data with all the years of a particular DC state and product, so user can select that. Even in reading mode also, user access the report always in reading mode. In reading mode also, user can choose the values based on he want to analyze the data. He selected the particular state, so he is going to analyze the data of the New York state for dresses product, how the revenue generated in each year. And similarly, I want to analyze the data of 2015 of all products. So I'll see, I can see 2015 of, so each product wise sales revenue. So this is how user can quickly analyze the data if you use the drill filters. Okay. So drill filters, the data restricted in the front end, in the report level. Whatever you apply the drill filters, so the data which is restricted in the front end, it's not restricted at the database level. Okay, you can consider just hiding the data. So whenever you select all, when I'm selecting the 2005, where is the 2004 and 3? Just the data is available here only in our data provider only, but the data is hiding when you apply the drill filter. Okay. So how to remove the drill filters? Remove here. Click on remove. Click on remove. So this is how we can remove the drill filters. Okay. Now talking about input control. Say sometimes user will ask, I want to have a radio button in my report, or I want to do the check boxes. I want to use the check boxes to select the multiple selection, or I want to have the list boxes. Okay. If user requested this kind of requirements, so we have an option that using the input controls, we can use this radio button, check boxes and list box. So how to do that? Go to the analysis tab and add input control. Say suppose I want to have a radio button on the year object. Select the year, click next, finish. Simple, very simple. And also state I want to have a check boxes. Select this, click next, next, finish. Okay. Now see when I select 2006, so which is showing 2006 data, and DC data you can see. But whenever you apply the input control like a radio button, that is not applied onto the another block, right? So you can apply this input control to specific block, or you want to apply the input control to all the blocks also, that also can do it. Say suppose if you want to apply this, the radio button, this filter, radio button filter into the other block also, here you can edit, go to the dependencies, select the vertical block 2 also. So I want to have a radio button filter condition to all the blocks. So select all the blocks within a tab. Let's see, 2004 and all. Okay. And also select the product lines. And I just want to have the list box. Remember that we have two types of list box here. Here we have a list box which is considered as a single value. The list box which will allow you to multiple selection. Click next. See, single value and multiple value. List box, single value and the multiple selection. So I am selecting the multiple selection. Click next, next, finish. Or if you want to apply that in the another table also, select the another table. Click OK. Now see. So based on the two products I have selected, only the two products data which is showing. Here also it is applied to this revenue which is showing only the city skirts and city trousers. Say suppose if I select the accessories, so everywhere it is changing. Okay. So this is a way, so we can create a input controls to user to select the multiple value selection. Okay. Either user can select the single values also. Okay. Clear? This is about the input controls, and input controls or drill filter is applicable to only the specific tab. So suppose you are adding one more tab, so that will not appear. Try to bring the year, state, sales revenue. Fine. Now see. So here I have input controls, but when you go to the report 2, there is no input controls is added. Okay. So the input controls or drill filter is applicable to only the specific block. Okay. But whenever you apply the query level filter, so that filter is applicable to all the blocks, all the tabs, right? Because the data restricted at the database level. Okay. Clear about the input controls and drill filters? Any questions? Okay, now talking about the block level filters and the global level filters. Try to create a new report again. Create a new WebB report, select a universe, click OK. And selecting e-passion universe here. Now I'm trying to add the year object, state, sorry, let's just have the product lines. And the sales revenue. Now also I am trying to have a state and quantity sold. So my requirement is sales revenue. I want to display the one block. This is the one block. Also I want to display the quantity sold in another block. So here I am adding also the product lines. Why I am adding the two blocks? So because I just want to see the quantity sold is the one block and the sales revenue is another block. So I want to see the only the sales revenue for 2015 of all the products. See the sales revenue, I am interested to see only the 2015 data. That is right. That is what user requirement. As per the requirement, user requirement, I am applying the filter on a year column in this block. Go to the analysis tab, select the year column, add a filter, year equal to 2015. 2015 of all the products I want to display. In the second block, I want to see the 2015 and 16 data. In the second block, I want to see the 2015 and 16, 2 years of data of a quantity sold. But I am not interested to see all the products. I am interested to see the only the specific products. Click OK. Okay. Now you are getting right. So I want to see the 2015 and 16 of a specific products of the quantity sold, and the first block I want to see the 2015 of all the product sales revenue. Okay. So as per the report requirement, so I am using the report level filter. This is called the block level filter. Whatever the filter I applied here, that filter is applicable to only this specific block. Say added the 2015, but here apply the 2015 and 16, right? But the data restrict not displaying the 2016 here. So here, which is displaying the 2016. So that means the filter is applicable to only this specific block, which is called the block level filter. Okay. Now I'm trying to duplicate all these reports. In the first tab, I want to see the California data. Second tab, I want to see the DC data. Third report, I want to see the Florida data. And another report, I just want to see all the states. So that means California means here, this sales revenue and this city houses data should display only the California, right? And 2015, whatever the 598 is showing, now currently which is showing all the states. But I want to see only the California data. Maybe, so let me just change this filter, edit a filter. So I just added the 2004 and 2016 data, okay? Now California data, I want here also the 2015 accessories 491793 which is showing for all states. So in both the blocks, I want to see only the California data. For that, what I am trying to do, do not select any block. Do not select any block. Go to the add a filter. Select add a filter. State is equals to California. Click OK. Now see values are changing. And also here also you can select add a filter. State is equal to, sorry, add a filter, state is equal to DC. Click OK. Florida, add a filter, state is equal to Florida. Click OK. Okay, now this is going to display all the states. This is going to display all the states. Okay. Clear, everyone? Any questions? So this is called the block level filter and the global level filter. If you apply the block level filter, that filter is applicable to this block. And if you apply the global level filter, that filter is applicable to all the blocks. Say suppose if you try to bring the state object and drop here, then what will happen? It is showing the only the California. So if you in a Florida tab, if you bring the state, then it is showing the only the Florida state. And in all tab, so if you bring the state, so which is showing all the states information, right? So it depends on the requirement, we are going to use the different type of filters. Depends on the requirement, we are going to use the different type of filters. Clear? Now, I will give you one requirement. Maybe you can suggest me by using what kind of filters we can achieve this requirement. It's open here only. I just want to have a year object. Want to bring the state, sales revenue, quantity sold. Okay. I want to display the 2004 data. For 2004, I want to see the DC, Florida, Texas. For 2005, I want to see the California data, Massachusetts, want to see the Colorado, and the respected sales revenue. Also DC. For 2006, I want to see all the states data. For 2015, I want to see the California. For 2015 and 2016, I want to see the California data, Florida data, DC data. For 2015 and 16, I want to see the CA, Florida, Texas data. Okay. So this is what my requirement. Okay. Clear my requirement? What exactly I'm looking for? Any idea? So how we can achieve this kind of requirement? What kind of filters we have to apply? Anyone? You can unmute yourself and you can answer.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there any option to write condition where we can write for this query? If year is this, select these states. If year is 2005, select these states. So I'm not sure. So if that option is there, then we can achieve this using that option.
Yeah,
So,
if else we can use, if else we can use it, but I'm not explained till now how the if else condition.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay.
As per today's discussion, so whatever I explained today, using this type of filter we can achieve. Okay. I will explain by using the block level filter, but you can try this requirement by using the query level filter. Okay. I'm trying to explain by the the block level filter, you can try with the applying the query level filter later. Okay, I'll just explain with one concept. Coming back here, try to bring the year object, state, sales revenue, quantity sold. Query level filter that you can try it later if you could not able to do. So I will explain tomorrow session. Now I just add a filter. Year equal to 2004. When year equal to 2004, I want to see the DC, Florida, Texas data. Okay. Now I am copying this, paste here. The second requirement is 2005, California, Massachusetts, Colorado, year 2005, and state Colorado, sorry, California, Massachusetts, California, MA, Colorado, and DC. So 4 states. And also paste again. And 2006, I want to display all the states. For 2006, I want to display all the states. Edit a filter. (2006) and state, because I want to display all the states, click OK. Okay, and remaining same way. So whatever for 2015 and 16, the same way you can apply the filter. Now remove the header, delete, remove row, remove the row, try to bring this block in the bottom of this block which is having the header. Okay, now see the final output of the report. You can see year 2004, I can see the 3 states. 2005, I have 4 states. 2006, I can see all the states of the revenue. Similar way, you can restrict the data for 2015 and 2016 also. Okay, it's clear. You are able to achieve the requirement, right? But I'm just trying to explain here. This is a one way, so we can present the data, we can restrict the data based on the requirement. Fine. And also you can try the same requirement by using the query level filters with the AND operator at the time of you design the query level filter, that you can try. If you're not able to do it, I will explain tomorrow session. Okay. Now, talking about the aggregate functions. sum,
That, okay.
count, minimum, maximum, average. These are the aggregate functions. So what the sum function will do, it will aggregate the data, it will summarize data, it will show the total if you click on sum, right? And count will display the number of values, number of records. Minimum will display the minimum value, maximum will display the maximum value, and average is nothing but a sale total divided by the sum of the total revenue. That is nothing but average. Sorry, sum of the sales revenue divided by the total count, which will display the average, right? Okay. So in a Webby report, we have directly these aggregate functions. Now I am trying to create a report to show you how to apply the aggregate functions. Select a universe. Choosing the fashion universe, click on select. Try to bring the year object, state, the sales revenue, quantity sold, and margin. Now run a query. Now I want to display the total sales revenue, quantity, and margin. Simple. Select the quantity sold. Go to the analysis tab. There you can see the functions. Click on sum. When you click on sum, it will show you the total revenue, total quantity sold. Click here, sum. Click here and sum. And if you want to display the number of states, click on state, click on count, which will show you the number of states. And if you want to count the duplicate values also, count of state, simple, you can use the all keyword, which will display, which will count the duplicate values also. If you want to count the rows of the table, then you can use the count of any column, any object, all. That will show you the number of records, number of rows. Okay. And we don't have the direct count all function. To count the duplicate values, we use a count of all state. That will show you the count of the duplicate values also. But count will always count the distinct values. Now if you want to see the minimum sales revenue, what is the minimum sales revenue that will display? Select the maximum sales revenue and also the average. Now I can see the minimum, maximum, average sales revenue. Now also there is a function called the percentage. When you click on percentage, it will calculate the percentage wise sales revenue. It will insert as a new column. It will display the percentage wise sales revenue. Okay. So this is how. So we can use aggregate function to display the total revenue and also to display the number of records or to display the number of states which is fetching from the database. That count you can see, and the minimum, maximum sales revenue. Okay. So these are the different aggregate functions we have in business objects, web intelligence, that you can use it to display the total revenue. Okay, guys, clear? Any questions? Okay, so that's about the today session, and tomorrow we'll discuss about the prompts, how to create a prompts, that we'll discuss in the next session. And also in the next session I am talking about breaks and sections. I'll discuss about the before that, so we'll just talk about the ranking functionality, sorting, how to display the data in order. Also we'll discuss about the breaks and sections. Also we'll cover the prompts. So prompt is another type of filters. So what are the different type of prompts we have, or to apply that prompts? So all we'll discuss in the next session. Okay. So we are going to continue the session Webby as well as the inverse designing parallelly. Maybe the inverse designing session will start soon. Maybe another 2 to 3 days we'll start the inverse designing part. That means UDT I will start. Okay. So the UDT and IDT will have it at 8:30. So after we completed the 7:30 to 8:30 Webby session, and 8:30 to 9:30 we'll have a UDT session. Okay, not immediately. So maybe once we have 2-3 Webby sessions completed, so we can start with the UDT part at 8:30 to 9:30. Okay, it's going to be 2 hours a day or 1 hour 45 minutes a day. Okay, so when I am going to start with this UDT and IDT, I will let you know, not immediately. Okay. So any questions?
Yeah, Madhukar, I have question regarding the days, training days. So is it going to be from Monday to Friday, or is it going to be Monday to Thursday?
It's normally like today I took the session because so the last session I'm not taken. So it is going to be India time is Tuesday to Saturday every day. India time, I'm talking about India time, Tuesday to Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, fine. And if I take any session in a weekends, so that I will inform at least 2-3 days before. So sometimes we can have a weekend also. Okay, that I will just inform you 2-3 days before. Maybe Thursday or Wednesday I will update you that we are going to have a session this coming Saturday and Sunday also. Okay, my target is completing this course in a month, 1 month. Okay, so which I want to try to finish it by before 20th. Before 20th, I try to complete this training. Okay, and the main part, so the Webby and the inverse designing, I'll try to complete it by February 5th. Okay, the Webby and inverse designing part. Okay, and the remaining sessions, which is administration and the other reporting tools. Other reporting tools, which is a Crystal, Dashboard, Design Studio, Lumira, it's part of the business objects. It comes under the business object. Even so, it requires the separate license key, separate software need to be installed. It's like other reports like Lumir, I mean the Tableau or ClickView, how the other reports are there, but that other reports are, it's not the SAP product, but the ClickView, I mean the Design Studio dashboard is SAP products. It's a part of the business object because of that. So that also we are going to cover in this session. Okay, fine. Any questions? Yeah. So thanks all, and so try to complete the task which I given to you. If you are not able to do it, so we'll just to go through once this requirement by using the query level filter. Okay. Thanks all. Thank you very much, and we'll meet tomorrow the same time at 7:30. Thank you very much.